Afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder again. We've got a Saturday show and we've got familiar faces from Central and South America. I kid you not. The channel, literally for Arsenal fans all over this world. I'm so happy to have Miss Amigos, no, Miss Hermanos, my brothers back together
Yeah.
again. Yeah. But I tell you, we're going to be like reviewing the game that happened yesterday. Yeah, Arsenal were back in action yesterday against the Eagles, in South London. We might be talking about the All or Nothing documentary if the guys have seen it, but no doubt they'll be
Uh-huh.
giving their thoughts on the game yesterday. Dear, I can't wait for this one. See you on the other side of this music intro. Now, I want to get straight into the introductions. Straight off. Aldrick, how are you, brother? Long time no see, man.
Hello, it's always a pleasure. Yes, it's been a long time, but I'm very happy to share with all my brothers here and talking about what is going to be an exciting season. We started with the right foot, so I'm ready to start with a proper show because we have the documentary that you just mentioned that was a gift for us. The preseason that we have it started very good, so I think that that documentary was a gift, and also to give us more hype with the beginning of the season.
Well said, bro. Well said. Cheeky Chappie, who's eating at the moment.
Yes. Sorry, I had a long day and I was working, so I had to. But it's good to be back, though.
Yeah. Really good, man. Really good to see you
Yes.
guys.
I was actually watching the documentary before coming on, and it looks exciting. Like they put a really hype on it. The categories though are quite funny because the categories I was just checking them, and it's drama, comedy, and sports. So
Right, okay. No
whatever that
romance.
is.
No romance or bromance. No. Okay.
Not anymore.
Jonathan!
Hey, hey, bro, how are you?
I'm good, man.
Happy?
Good to see you back on the channel again, man.
Yes. A long time because I had some health issues, a lot of work. Now I have a daughter, so you know, you know. But now, really happy with the situation with Arsenal, with the preseason and with the match yesterday and everything, and with the shirts are beautiful.
I was
This
about to
one,
say that,
that
yeah.
one is are beautiful. I hate Adidas because they always make me spend a lot of money.
Let's get straight into it. I'm going to go to Aldrich first. Your thoughts on the game yesterday? Because listen, the most important thing is we got the win. We got to see the players back together in the Premier League, and we didn't lose. But there were just a couple of things, issues that I wasn't quite happy with. We didn't have control of the majority of the game. The first, I'll say, maybe 30 minutes. But apart from that, Crystal Palace, if they had an out-and-out striker, they would have probably scored those opportunities there. But give me your opinion on the game yesterday, Aldrick.
Well, you just said it, my friend. It's a fact. The way how the game started was amazing. The intensity that the team showed at the very first 30 minutes, it was unbelievable. It's what they show us at the preseason. I can tell you, I'm happy for the result. I'm happy for the clean sheet, but this is good because, well, we were very hyped about how we played against Chelsea and how we played against Everton, that they are our direct rivals on the Premier League. And well, one thing that we have to fix is to maintain that intensity. We make that goal, and this is something that happens like every season. I think that there is something mental on the team. We score the goal, and then we forget how to play, or the strategy, the game strategy that we have at the beginning, that ends as soon as we score the goal. Instead of making a good factor mentally, like we try to keep up with that goal, and try not to look for more. But I like what I saw. The new signings that are there are committed to the team. They are making a difference. Sinchenko and Jesus, they play very well. It was their very first match with us. We know that they know the league, that they know how to compete. They are recent champions with Manchester City, but I think that that's good. That's good for the team to know that this is not going to be easy for all the fans too. That they cannot make high expectations about the team because this is just starting. If we lose, that we are going to, they cannot lose their heads. That game it was like a bit of reality for all of us to know that this is not going to be an easy
Yeah.
way, but it's the right way to do it. And if we have to suffer by having those results, I mean, as soon as we ended up at the top four and we compete for the Champions League, it doesn't matter how we win as long as we get 3 points. It was a visit. We had a clean sheet. I can tell you that I am very happy. I'm extremely happy. Fortunately for us, Crystal Palace strikers, they weren't at their days. Um, Aaron Ramsdale saved us, but if you saw their intercepts, well, they hit the ball to him. It wasn't
Yes.
like something that he has to stretch his arm to make an amazing save. But that was great for us. I hope that all our rivals has the same lucky that the Crystal Palace strikers had during the season. But besides that, I can tell you that I feel comfortable on what I'm seeing. I feel comfortable on what the team is showing. And well, it was an amazing Friday for us. It was an amazing start of the season. Compared to the previous one, we
Yeah.
are winning already.
Yeah. Before I go to Jonathan, Aldrich, I want to ask you this very, very quick question. The situation with Eddie Nketiah, he's got a 5-year new contract, £100,000 a week. But for me, I don't think it matters. I see a lot of fans were upset that he was given a number 14 shirt. Quickly, what's your thoughts about him giving a number 14 shirt? Does it
I
matter?
think that we are giving too much importance to something that it's irrelevant. We know that the number 14, it's something well holy for us. We know who carried it, and we have to leave it as is. Theo Walcott didn't fill out Henry's boots, and he still wear that number without a problem. We don't have to focus on that. What I would like all the fans to see is how committed Eddie is. When we
Yeah.
saw him on preseason, I saw a different Nketiah physically, mentally, and we have a lot of cups to play. I know that he's gonna be playing the Europa League. He's going to play the FA Cup, the EFL Cup, so we have to give him a chance. And he knows that this is the season for him to show all the people that what he's worth. It doesn't matter if he's using the 14, the 28, the 35. We have to focus on his performance. And in case that he doesn't do well, we have to back him up. That's a big message that we have to transmit to the fans. Us, the Arsenal fans, if a player makes a mistake, we are like behind them and criticizing them. We don't have to do that. The bad wood was removed already from the squad. Now we have the proper players, and even if they are using the number 10, the 14, or the 28, we have to back them up. All the players, including Chaka and Pepe, we have to back them up.
Okay. Jonathan, your thoughts on the game yesterday? And I'll also ask you a question about Eddie Nketiah wearing the number 14 shirt.
Okay, my thoughts about the game, not the same. I'm happy. I know it was a difficult match. I was expecting, you know me, I was expecting a lose or a draw because I have been very positive the last 20 seasons. So I don't want to suffer anymore. So this season I am trying to be more less hype, but I don't know. That win start to hype me again. It was a difficult match. Is very comfortable to win against the Crystal Palace because remember the last season what happened, and they have Vieira, so it has something very very important for us as a fans.
We also have
Um,
Vieira.
We also have a Vieira. Our Vieira have a lot of difficult with his legs, and he's very skinny. We need to be um, and Nketiah wearing the 14 shirt. I don't have any problem with that. That is maybe something that can help him to be more confident and to be more engaged with the fans. He renew, including that he is not the number 9, so he renew with the club, that state that he wants to fight for the club, and he will have his chances. So it's good if he can carry the 14, because uh, it, it's part of our history. So
History.
he is being part of our history, and he can be part of the next history that I hope to be to have a nice one.
But Jonathan, he's spoken many times about how much he loves the club. Why didn't he sign a contract a lot sooner than leaving
Uh,
right until the last 6 weeks to sign a
yeah,
contract? Why? But,
but because Lacazette has his chances and Nketiah no. And at the end of the season, Nketiah started to have his chances, so he discovered that it's possible to stay in the club. I didn't expect that he stays in the club. That is the truth.
mm,
That then Lacazette did the cup. You remember the I don't know the when Lacazette says that he wants to go to a club with Champions League, and whatever he says, being a captain, and in that moment Arteta take him out of the club, of the first team. So in that moment, Nketiah get his chance and use it correctly. I think that it was more a matter of he wants to play. Nketiah
mm,
wants to play. He loves the club, but he wants to play. First, he has to worry about himself, then
mm,
about the club. Okay,
mm.
so once he get the chance, he did it well. So I think I think it was a good negotiation, and it was perfectly handled by Arteta for me.
Yeah. Okay.
we,
Okay.
we we have to keep in mind that this is one of our guys from Hale End. Given Smith Rowe the number 10 and Nketiah the 14, that's a big statement for the club. That will be a huge boost for all the guys on from Hale End. We need to keep in mind that that's motivation for our players in minor categories. So I think that providing those numbers to our players, the players that we made, it's something good. Just to clarify something, I'm not saying like the number 14 is irrelevant. We know that that number is even greater than any number on the club for the history made by Henry, but that doesn't have to provide the pressure. Instead of pressure, that has to be motivation for the player.
Yeah, I completely. Actually, I was going to go to that comment there, but now that you've clarified that, Aldrick, I think we can go on.
I'm
I just don't
sorry.
get it. I don't get it. I mean, for me, I couldn't care less what number he wears. I understand what Static is saying there. I mean, we're not saying the number is irrelevant, but he only needs to go out and prove a lot
Do
of
his
the
best.
fan base
Yeah.
wrong. That's all he had to do. Forget about the number. Sorry, forget about the number 14 shirt. Yeah, I have to say it. For me, it's not that important. If the club really wanted not another player to wear the number 14 shirt, what they could have done was just to retire the number 14 shirt. But Alger, like I say there, it will motivate him. That's all it would do. But for us to be stuck and upset about, he's been given a number 14 shirt. Smith Rowe has a number 10 shirt. Oh my goodness. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on.
And we are
Alfie.
giving it to our proper players. Our
Yeah.
out the players we're making. Yeah.
Alfie. You're going to tell me I'm wrong now, aren't you, Alfie?
Yes, I don't agree. No, 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 no. It's a heavy shirt, that one. And I think if you're given the 14th, you need to back it up last season, for example. If you're scoring goals,
Yep.
then you should get the 14. We did it with Walcott, and he was like a super soup sometimes, and he did well. But yeah, I don't know. I think the shirt means a lot, especially if you look at Chelsea. People don't want the number 9. Even the manager is saying, yeah, that shirt is cursed. Nobody wants to wear the nine. So yeah, I mean it can be motivation, of course, and I see that clearly, but also it can be a heavy weight because a lot of expectation is created for him. We can relax that we can say, yeah, yeah, we don't care, but I mean, it's Andre's number.
Alfie, but let me ask you something. Do you think that from the moment that he has his chance, he is complying or not complying?
If you're asking me, Nketiah shouldn't be in Arsenal because I think he's
No, no,
not
no.
good enough.
Yes, 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 yes. But remember that if we are without him, without Balogun, without any nine, and Gabriel Jesus has some problem, we are out of nine. So we need him.
Yeah, yeah,
We are
definitely. I
we
mean,
agree
that's the
to it.
decision that the club made, and we have
Yes,
to respect it. And I see what Aldrich is saying, that he's one of the guys that came from the academy, but I just don't think he's good enough.
yes, yes, yes. I know that we have
And it's
spoken
Yeah,
and
about
it's
that.
a valid
yeah.
point. It's a valid point. I agree. Well, I feel you. I feel you, but
Because
I don't share.
Henry wasn't our guy. We bought it from Juventus, and Juventus is not a small club, you know.
Mm, mm.
And
So
I and I and
yeah,
I and I feel you, but the thing with Nketiah is that this is his season, so he can make the improvement. This is the season, so he can tell, "Hey, Alfie, I'm here."
Yeah.
So we have to give him a chance. He is not a regular starter at the
mhm.
end of the season, knowing that Lacazette wasn't going to renew. I think that he did well. He did the best he could, and he earned that contract extension. We have to give him at least this season for him to
But
prove
yeah,
himself.
no, definitely. But I don't know if he earned it or it was more Arsenal like, oh, we need to get two new strikers, and that's gonna be more difficult.
I think both.
Um,
He earned
yeah,
it.
It's a
At
kind
the
of
end of the
both.
season, he has
both,
Yeah.
his chance.
definitely, definitely.
He has
But
his chance.
this is what happens. I think that you need to fight for the number nine. There must be a competition. Like when you had Lacazette and Aubameyang, you didn't know who's gonna start, who was in better form. But I don't see that with Gabriel Jesus and Nketiah. Like obviously, Gabriel Jesus is gonna play as much as possible, and he doesn't get injured as much. He's very, very regular. So we all know that Nketiah is just a backup for the easier games. Um, but yeah, I think it would have been better if we get another striker that can put competition on Gabriel Jesus. But Gabriel Jesus at the moment is playing like Ronaldo the Brazilian, so yeah, leave him alone.
Okay, Alfie. But
Nazario.
Alfie, someone sent me a stat in regards to Eddie Nketiah. He scored 10 goals in 51 appearances for Arsenal, and those 51 appearances, he's not had 90 minutes in each of those appearances. He's either come on as a sub or he
Mhm.
started and he's been taken off. So I don't think we have a big enough sample. You've got to give him a chance. You've got to give him a complete season to see what he can do. He might
This
just
is the
surprise you,
season.
But
Alfie.
Yeah.
yes, but he's not gonna sit down Gabriel Jesus. He's
But
just
how do
not.
you know? We've not given him a good chance.
Because he's just not better. That's the thing. Like, he's not.
Let me tell you something. In the only team that he has a chance to play regularly is in the England squad in the sub 23, sub 20, and there he has records. Because in the other team that he has been in loan, he cannot have some completely chance on regular playing
Yeah,
football.
I
So
mean we can go to the statistics, but statistics can be manipulated. For example, Shaka
yes,
had a yellow card for every single reason in the thing. I think he was missing one yesterday that was diving, and he got it. It's like checked. I'm complete. But I don't know. But statistics don't mean anything. Like you
But
can
but
see it in
that
the
yellow
body
card,
language.
but that yellow card is to keep like the curse of all the things on Earth. If he didn't
Yeah, yeah,
receive a
yeah.
yellow card, the apocalypse is arrived. So
Yeah,
that's something
exactly.
normal.
Yeah,
You
give the
don't even have
balance of
to
the word.
discuss that.
Yeah, exactly.
I,
But
I I want to emphasize in something. I want to emphasize in something. I think that is a good decision from Arteta to give him a chance to someone who grow a grown person in the club like Nketiah. And look, this is also something that we can criticize as we criticize the Saliba loans. And look how it is going on. You know,
Yeah, he
I think
shouldn't have gone,
I
but we knew
uh,
that though. Is the
I
difference.
think I think we did a, yes, it's different, but it's the same. It's a decision very criticized, but maybe I trust in Arteta, so maybe he knows something else that we don't know. Yes, and let me tell you something about it. I think I don't know why I think they did a deal like the Marsella DT, a technical, I don't know, a coach with Arteta, because it's like, hey, take this bad man Wendosi, take him like you, and get this other player Saliba, improve him, let him play regularly, and I will give you this piece of uh, a friend Wendosi as very cheap, and it's your problem now. And everything went well. Everything went perfect. We did like we killed two birds with the same shoot. So I think this Nketiah case is the same. It's a decision that we can criticize, but maybe there is something behind that we don't
that
know.
we don't know.
I don't know. That is what I think. I know.
But let me say, let me present this case to you guys. Right, where is Nuno Tavares? He's just been loaned out, hasn't he?
And in
Yes.
Why
Marsella
has he
And
been
also,
loaned out? Because we think that
because
he's not ready to play in the Premier League, right?
Yes.
he needs to
What
play
happened to William
regularly.
Saliba? He didn't get to play in the Premier League, but he got loaned out before even playing one game in the Premier League.
But the
Mm,
thing with Saliba and Arteta said it, and I will have to cheer him up for that. He was very clear with him and also with us as a fans. He said that Saliba wasn't going to get those minutes in order to show himself off or also to improve. He did the proper procedure, the same that as he did with Emil Smith Rowe when they sent him to Germany. They want a player to develop himself, to get minutes, to feel comfortable, to play regularly, for them to be ready to play with us. I think that with Saliba, we knew for the amount of money that we paid for him that well we should give him a chance. But in the end, he made the right move. They allowed him to go to a team where he could play every single minute. He was able to show off. He was called to the national team, and that's what we needed. Now we came with it's a brand new player. Now we don't have a player that needs to adapt to the league. We don't need a player that needs to know how he plays. Now we're having now an experienced player with international games, and that's what he's showing. Look how mature he looked yesterday. So I think that that's the right way in order to develop a player. Now we're gonna talk about a new contract extension. He is very young. That's what we have to keep in mind, that we are loaning young players that we want to develop. Now that you mentioned Nuno Tavares, well,
Mm.
the last season he didn't do well. He was irregular. He had some good games, but it was more the games that he didn't play well. And now he needs to go to a team that they are going to give him the minutes. Maybe that's what he needs, to be a regular starter, to show his proof, to check if we need him or if we're able to use him for the upcoming seasons. But that I think that we are doing good in the case of loaning players. We need to develop them and make them show that they are worthy to play in our team.
Mm.
And
yeah, I
let
mean,
me
with
add something.
Saliba, it
Okay.
was complicated because when we bought Saliba, we had a deal with San Etienne that we had to send him back on loan the same
Yeah.
year. And then uh, in the next season, I think he wasn't ready. Yeah, he wasn't going to replace the center backs that we had. And last year, we were not even playing any extra competitions. We were not even in Europa, so he was even gonna play less. And
Exactly.
with Marseille, he was even playing Champions League. So yeah, it was a good deal for us, and I think maybe we could have communicated with him better because there was a point where he said, "Oh, these guys just bought me. They are sending me away, and they don't want me." But I think that has been really. I think the guy is really, really good. We need him now because we have an extra competition, and also because we have problems with the right back and the left back. Because Tomiyasu and Tierney are not there. So sometimes we have to put Ben White on the right, which actually he's really good. I think, I mean, he's decent because that's not his natural position. So we have more space for him because we put Gabriel, Saliba, and then Ben White, and he can fit in that team. But yeah, the previous season it was a lot of competition within for that position, but it was complicated because we didn't play as many games.
Yes.
Mm,
And let me add something regarding this. Nuno Tavares, we had urgency last season in the left back. We have urgency. Now we have Sinchenko. Last season we needed Nuno Tavares. Maybe he was not ready. Maybe yes, but we don't know.
But we
Maybe he
needed
was not ready,
we
but we
needed
have
him.
the urgency. That is the point. In this moment, we have Sinchenko and Tierney, so we can send Nuno Tavares to improve his playing and his confidence in Marsella, and I think there is a treat between coaches. I don't know why, but and Saliba, as Alfie is mentioning, doesn't have any space last season because we didn't have a lot of matches. So I think that is the difference, Alex. That is why Nuno Tavares. We have Nuno Tavares one season because we have another jersey in the left back
mm.
and in the central back no.
Uh, Aldrick, do you think this team we have, the squad, can win the Premier League? And if not, why not?
I think that what we're doing is like what happened with Klopp. If you take a look at Klopp first seasons, he had to remove a lot of players that he didn't need, that the squad didn't need. That what happened with Arteta in the first two seasons. Now he has a completed squad, but I think that for us to be ready to win a Premier League, this exact team has to keep together for at least two more seasons. So for us to have our main enemy, besides injuries that are our main enemy,
Yeah.
the consistency. We are not a consistent team. That's what we are looking to improve. If you take a look, Arsenal doesn't play bad. Last season we were one game away of having the fourth spot, but our main enemy is the consistency. With this team that we currently have, I think that we can aspire to win the Europa League, but we are not as solid as a Manchester City or a Liverpool because if you see those teams are created and they've been playing together for more than 3 seasons. This is the season for us to make a statement, and I think that we can talk about winning a Premier League in the upcoming season or in the next two.
Mm,
Due to that, I'm not saying that we're not good enough to win it, but they need to keep playing together and have that consistency that we need. We have to keep a good run up of winning games. We don't have to lose points as we did last season or on our previous season. If you see, if we play against a top four, we had like that feeling that we were going to lose, and we were even losing with relegation teams when we were in good form. So we have to keep that in mind. We cannot talk about winning the Premier League at least this season, but I hope that this team gets together, they connect together, and we can see the Arsenal that we are expecting, the Arsenal that we were used to, the Arsenal that we saw growing up. And
mm,
what's the difference? What's the difference of the Arsenal back in the day on the Invincibles era to this one? That if you saw the Invincibles, that team was created like since 1996. You see the players when we saw like a Tony Adams retiring, we saw Sol Campbell coming, but now with this youth, with this young team, I know that we can do good things once we show that improvement of consistency. That's all we need. I'm not talking about destroying the teams or winning 4-0. No, we have to, even if it's 1-0 every game, but we have to keep winning, to have 4, 5, 6 games winning, and we can lose because that's something that happens in football and with every team. But I hope that we get that consistency. So the upcoming signings that we have is not to replace a player, is to build a better team. That's how I see the Arsenal in the
For
future.
sure.
That's why we have a young squad. So I hope that those young players get experience enough so they can adapt to the league and know that we have a well structured team.
Jonathan, if Mikel doesn't secure top four, is his job in danger?
He needs to improve. What is to improve? What position we finished last season in Premier League? Five.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh my God. I don't want to say this. I don't want to say. I think we need to improve. And what is improve? Maybe if we stay in. No, we need to go to Champions League. But maybe we can
exactly.
go to Champions League with FA Cup or with Europe League, and this is improve. That
Mm,
is improved. So there are multiple ways to say that he improved. So I don't think that only fourth position in Premier League is improvement. Maybe we win the FA Cup and fifth position in Premier League. Maybe we win the Europe League and fifth in Premier League is improvement. But what is more important is consistency. That
mm.
is what Aldrich is saying, because in sports, in a sport like football, we need to understand that it's not like FIFA or PlayStation. No, 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 that is different. It's like you need to get now you are seeing in the series in All or Nothing. You need to see the team from inside. You need to get them in a competition. I don't like, for example, I don't like the Mourinho's way. He go to a club, or before he used to go to a club, he used to make them maybe champions or whatever, but on next year the club was
A
broken,
mess.
a mess, a lot of problems, I think we are looking for consistency for multiple years, because this is a young team. So for answer your your question, he needs to improve, and there are a lot of points in order to cover that improvement.
But you know what, Jonathan? Before I go to Alfie, I get asked a lot of questions. When I do my live shows, and one thing that comes up is the fact that he spent £400 million, and with that investment, wherever it's come from, they want the success. They want the
Yes.
success. So does he have time? I don't think he has time. Does he have
No,
time?
he doesn't have time. But I am telling you, he needs to improve. But not only for his improvement.
Mm,
There are a lot of points, but we need Champions League for sure. That for me, that is the measure. Champions League. That is the
right.
measure. He needs to go to Champions League. That is improvement.
Alfie.
Um, the process, yes. uh, I we have to trust this. But we made mistakes, simple mistakes that would have um helped us in the future. For example, I didn't understand why we renew his contract before securing Champions League football. Because he was giving up the hope that we had, the improvement. I understand that they are different things that entail that, but no, that was just wait for the season to be over and then we renew him. But it was giving up before actually trying to get the Champions League football. He needs to improve. I don't think it's gonna go, even if he does badly this season, he's gonna stay. And I think that he has a window of this season and the next one. If he
Yeah.
doesn't improve on the next one for sure, and that's securing Champions League football, fighting for FA Cup or doing, I don't know, good quarterfinals if we qualify this season, then yeah, I think his job will be in danger, but not for this one, not for the next one, I think.
Mm,
That
Um,
depends. I think that his job will be in jeopardy if we miss Champions League and we don't win any trophies. One thing I heard about Edu on a previous interview is that we have to take out of our minds that being on the top four, it's like the goal. He wants to
Yeah.
win trophies. He
Yeah,
wants the team
yeah,
to make a statement and win trophies. And that's the mentality that we should have. But we have
yeah.
to be realistic. We are not at the same level as Liverpool and City. But I think that like going to the Champions League and winning Europa League or winning the FA Cup, that would be a huge plus for us because that's what we need in this case. If we win a trophy, all the players will see how big is the club. If you see the celebration that we had on the FA Cup ending the trophy draw, that celebration of that cup was something unbelievable. I haven't seen it when Manchester City is champion. I didn't see it when Chelsea went champion because we are a huge club, and all the players has to realize that on the place that they are. So I trust the process. I trust the process, but I think that if Arteta doesn't give us any trophy this season and doesn't qualify for Champions League, he will be out.
Yeah,
I
and
don't think
not
so.
so much that, but it's more that all the faith will be lost and all of the process can crumble, and then Saka will be playing for Bayern Munich.
For Manchester City, yes.
That's what will happen. Like honestly, if he doesn't get anything this season, yes, he's gonna stay, but he's gonna stay with a squad that is gonna be sad, with a squad that is going to be struggling, with motivation, mentality, all those things.
But
So I think he knows that there is no pressure because it's a process, but there is still pressure because he needs to keep his players motivated.
but what
Alfie,
about the point that Aldrich said? Literally, that they need to. This team needs to stay together if they're going to compete and win major honors. They need to stay together. So sacking Mikel Arteta at the end of the season, if he doesn't achieve top four or Champions League, is not going to help the process because they need to stay together. Alfie.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, I mean it would be really really bad if we don't get top four, but we should,
for
especially
Champions League.
because I think it's a mental thing. Like the last season, it was between us and Spurs, and you could see the Spurs wanted it, and we didn't want it as much. It was like, okay, if we get it, it's okay, but if we don't, maybe they are too young, and we were making excuses, and that's the mentality that I really don't like in some Arsenal fans. It's like, yes, you have to be real, but we are a club that should not be playing Europa League,
Yeah.
but everyone kind of assimilated now.
Alfie, I will answer you why they didn't sack Arteta because he didn't go to Champions League. You will see it in the all or nothing for sure. I think we will see it. I think that
I,
there is the answer. There is the answer for sure.
Still camera. So anyway,
Uh,
so
I
yeah,
trust
yeah, it's
him.
better. It's
have
better.
have you
Okay.
have
I
you
trust him.
have
I
you
like.
watched one of the episodes? Have you watched one of no?
Yeah, yeah. I just started, but I haven't seen it because I was
No
watching it
spoilers.
before coming.
No
But
spoilers. No
do
spoilers.
no spoilers. But
No spoilers. No
but
spoilers.
I was 2 weeks ago in Rome, and they were revealing Dybala. Now that's a clue. Like it was so big. It was
I saw
massive.
that. I saw it.
Like
Oh
it's
my
one
wow.
player, and people think that he's gonna save the club. Like that's that's the mentality. Not that we need, but the push, because we are a big club, and I think we've been in the background for a long time, and it's time to step up and say, yes, we're young, yes, we're in a process, but yes, we can go to Champions League. We can, push for it, and let's see how it goes. Because yeah, even Arteta, he was saying that he pushed some players that he shouldn't have pushed, and and yeah, hopefully we get a bigger squad and they start performing. I think, for example, in that game that he took Nuno after 30 minutes, I haven't watched the
Yeah.
documentary yet.
Yeah. You.
He did it with good reason because that boy was playing. I was like, yeah, just take him out, and he was really upset. It's fine, but he needs to start making decisions. But
Yeah. But it
yeah.
is explained in the all or nothing. Um, Jonathan, how much more time do you have with us? Do you?
No, I'm not leaving you. I'm just leaving, but I will stay in my cell phone
Oh,
connected.
okay.
So,
Okay. All right. I'll go into the live chat anyway. There's a question for Aldrich.
perfect.
What?
That is a perfect moment.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah,
during the
yeah.
summer.
Okay, yeah.
During
Aldrick, what two signings would the panel like to see by transfer window closed?
Well, honestly, I will sign another central midfielder in case of Partey and Chaka gets injured. We have El Neni and Sambi, but we know that those two are backup players. Um, I know that Yuri Tillmans is been a player that we were talking about a lot to be on the team. That would be a great improvement, and he is a top player. I think that we need competition on that place of the midfield, and I hope that we can sign a right back. Cedric doesn't convince me at all. Again, right now for this season, I'm supporting each and every single player that we have on our squad. But I hope that we can sign one more central midfield and a right back. If we get another striker, not a winger, a striker, a number nine, that will be great too because we need competition in all positions. But I think that the two signings that will help the team will be a right back and a central midfielder.
Hmm. Alfie, for you.
I think defensively we're sorted.
Yeah,
Yes, I agree. Cedric is not the best, but Cedric is versatile. Like he can play, just cover the position. He can go on the left, he can go on the right, or we can throw Ben White on the right. That's good. I mean, I think in the back we can play with what we have. With midfielder, I think we over rely a bit on Odegaard. Smith Rowe is good, but he has been having some injury problems. So yeah, I think we need to have probably two more midfielders. I've said it before. I'm not a fan of Shaka. I've never been. And Partey is not the Partey of Atletico de Madrid.
yeah,
He's just not that player that we bought. And everyone's like, oh, but when he plays, he's really good. It's like, yeah, but sometimes he doesn't even play. He doesn't turn up. He doesn't shoot from the outside because he used to put them in the corners.
yeah.
Not anymore. So yeah, I would get Tillemans and probably um someone else, but someone that already plays in the Champions League. Maybe Madison or Trossard. Maybe I don't know, but
Hmm.
yeah, definitely two midfielders. I would say, just to have a big depth of the squad, or maybe because sometimes even if you have a really really good midfielder, um, the ideas don't flow. Even when we had when we had Ozil or when we had it's not working. You need someone like to change the rhythm of the game, and El Neni cannot do that. He's really good, and I think for the amount of money that we pay, he's a good squad player, but he's not the player that is gonna change you. A difficult rainy away day at Stoke. It's just
Okay. Christian Orozco says, who's that? Is that from Costa Rica or Colombia? Christian.
I think it's
I
Colombia.
don't know.
It's
Colombia.
Latino card.
Okay. Well, he says shirt numbers are somewhat of a symbol. Remember when Erdegaard was signed for us, Arteta told him jokingly, watch out with that number. Watch out with that number. Be careful. Oh, my goodness. One more comment here. Let's have a look here. Sherry says, Pura Vida. I imagine that's
That's
a
that
friend.
that's my
Yeah,
cousin.
Costa Rica.
Send her a
That,
big hug.
that's
Yeah.
her.
Andre says, my boy Aldrick. Oh, wow, my goodness.
Yeah. Shout
Um,
out to Dorito. That's his nickname.
okay. Doc Ferguson says, Mikel Arteta needs to give his instructions and sit on the bench for a game to see the game from a sitting position. What about that, Aldrick? What do you think about that? He needs to sit down.
Well, that's I think that's irrelevant. I think that every manager has his own style of living their games. If I were a coach, I wouldn't be able to be sit down. I need to stay on my feet and keep
yeah, that
shouting.
goes
It's
in
it's
the
part of the
personality of
game.
each coach. Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to keep in mind that he used to be a player. A player is never sit down. He was a player that and he was a starter for our team. He was a starter for Everton. So we have to keep that in mind. I think that it's impossible for him to sit down. I think that the only way that he's gonna be sit down is because he's watching a national team game or an under 23 game. But for the first team, and that's something that I like because I will not criticize Arsen at all, but something that I didn't like about Wenger is that he was just sitting there. When the team was playing bad or if the team was playing well, he was sat down there and he was saying nothing to the players. On the other hand, you see Arteta screaming, shouting, feeling the game, arranging his players and making an accommodation. So I think that that's the way he feels the game, and that's impossible. He's not gonna sit down at all.
Yeah,
We're not gonna see that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, it's a different culture because Wenger is French and he was a little bit older and experienced. Arteta is young and Spanish, so yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah, it's
complicated.
Alfie.
But there is a little documentary as well that where Fabregas says why he went to Arsenal, and he said, "Oh, I went into a room with Wenger and I felt a presence," and that's quite impressive as well. Even if you don't say anything, just people having the utmost respect for you and your character. That says a lot. And he, like Wenger, he used to say, "This is what we have to do. Like you already know, and I
Yeah,
trust you." And he keep people calm and he overcover his players. He never threw anyone under the bus, even though they should have been. It's a different thing, of course, but
yeah,
I like the shouting. I like the spirits. I like the come on, let's go. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Jonathan, can you hear us?
Alex, I just lost for ALFIE in the chat. If it's him, it's about Shaka.
No,
The
no. Well,
no no
okay, go
in
on.
the
Yeah.
chat ALFIE that you underrate Shaka.
Uh huh.
Yeah, yeah, that's my roommate. Don't pay attention to him.
Okay. Jonathan, can you hear me? A quick question. Which two more
Yes,
signings would you like Arsenal to buy? Which players? Two players.
Tielemans. We need Tielemans. We need him. He is the right person in this moment. Anything else for two person more, but only
Okay, you're with Tillemans. I didn't hear the other player.
yeah. I think that you see it now. He's kind of breaking up.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. Just a couple more comments in the live chat. What was the one I want to go to? I've lost it now. I've lost it. All right. So CM Wargame says, I think we need a Tillemans or Savage and a forward that covers all front three positions. But that wasn't the comment I was looking for. I was looking for. I've lost it.
And Arteta said it yesterday after the game that he's still looking to sign at least one or two more players. I hope that fills out the proper positions, because if you see, another mistake that we made was not reinforcing the team on the winter break. That cost us the Champions League spot because injuries attack, and that's something that we have to keep that in mind. Injuries and Arsenal. I don't know what's the love story between them, but
Yeah, no,
it
no,
has
no.
been
Don't jinx it
affecting
'cause
us.
we're okay. We're okay for the moment. So yeah.
Yes, but if there is one or two injuries, even three, because that's something that happens to us every single season, we need to have the proper backups. One thing I would like to say is that you mentioned that Cedric covers a position of a left back, of a right back. That he's so versatile. It's an advantage. But what we need is that every player that comes into the pitch, they need to make a difference, even if it's not a
Yeah,
starting, or even if he doesn't play enough minutes. We need to have a player that arrives and makes a difference. Let me go back in time. You saw on the transition from the Invincibles, well, from Hybrid to the Emirates, you saw that. To give you an example, we lose Ljungberg, but then we have players arriving, young players like Leb, like Rosicky. When they were young and Wenger signed them, you saw that they were special players. When we sold Vieira to Juventus and a young Diaby arrived, you know that that was a special player. Even though when they came to the team and they weren't playing that much, when they step up on the pitch, they were making a statement. They were making a difference. And I think that this is what we need the most. If we are going to sign a player, it's not just to fill a spot. It's for them to come and make a difference, like we're doing with Zinchenko. He's gonna play for that left back position with Tierney. We love Tierney. We know his qualities. He's been showing in a short time his that he's worth of playing for this batch. But this is what we need. This is not just to fill out a position, is so they can come and help us. Because if we have an injury, if we have an injury, we're done, and that's what has been happening during all this season. Remember season 13-14, we were at top of the league on December. Santi Cazorla got injured, and the team went completely down. So that's what we need in case that our main players gets injured. That the backup says, "Okay, I'm here. I will keep doing his job or even better."
Hmm.
Yeah, that I agree. No more Jaja Sanogos or Marwan Shamaks.
Correct. That's right.
After seeing Liverpool play, Chelsea having an awful transfer window, and United still in the mud, I'm now firm believer Arsenal will finish second.
I
What about
actually
first, man?
believe that. Yeah. Why not?
Why not first, man? Second?
That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man. What's going
That's
on?
the
What's going on?
mentality we have to keep. But to the people who wants the Arsenal to be first or second, please don't lose your heads. In case that we lose, please don't start cursing or giving
yeah,
bad vibes to the
yeah.
team. If we're going to a bad run of games, we are all in this together. This is a message that I want to give to all the Arsenal fans. We are improving. You cannot blame Cranky, you cannot blame Edu, you cannot blame Arteta because they are doing their proper jobs. Now the players that are on the team, again, if it's Pepe, if it's Chaka, if it's Jesus, the player, whoever you wanna call, you have to support them. You have to support the team. I think that they need that. We heard our players by going to the social media and saying bad things about them or saying bad things about their families. We have to stick as a team and stick as a fans. Remember that Arsenal is represented not also for the players on the pitch. We need to represent the club the proper way, and the best way to do it is supporting the whole season. It doesn't matter the results.
Yo, well done, Albert, man.
Ronald,
That's yeah.
do you, do you hear me?
Go on,
Or do you
Jonathan.
prefer the
We
direction?
cannot hear you, Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan, we can't. You're
Okay.
breaking
It's
up.
better. Now it's better.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Now
yes.
listen. Ramsdale has to mute the comments in his social to to Arsenal. That is unfair. That is really unfair. So, for example, what Aldrich is telling: if we lose a match or two matches or don't happen, don't go. Just support your players. Don't do what we did with arrives to Arsenal.
Hmm. Well said. Alfie, you want to say something before we close the show?
Yes. If Shaka plays bad, I'm gonna say it. No, it's not that I bash on the guy. I just don't think that he's good enough. In the same way that I just don't think Nketiah is good enough. Yes, we have to support them. Yes, I hope that they, you know, complete a function. But honestly, I don't expect much. It's been a long time. We already know what they do, and
But,
yeah,
but Alfie, he didn't have a bad game yesterday, did he? Shaka. I thought he played better than
Yes.
Party yesterday.
Yes.
yeah, probably. But the thing is, that position is very, very important. And he always passes sideways. Like he's always playing the safe pass. and he's not
That
ambitious
is
enough. I
for
don't know. I just think that it's better if he moves on and I move on and Arsenal moves on because yeah, that's what, how I feel about him. It's just which is not good enough. For example, like Walcott, we try a lot with him, and it got to a point where it's not working for anyone. I think the same as for Pepe. Like, yeah, we spent a lot of money on him. He wasn't the player that we were sold as an image, and it's better for him. It's better for us. It's better for the other one because you don't want to keep those kind of players around because they bring negativity to the club as well. Because they say, oh, they don't give me enough opportunities and I know that I'm good enough. Well, go show it. And
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
But no, I agree. I agree. We definitely have to support. I have a feeling that this season is gonna be really, really good. But we will have to
Toxic
wait and see.
girlfriend. The
it's not
toxic
going to
girlfriend
be
situation.
easy.
The
It
toxic
is
one,
not
yeah,
going to be
definitely,
easy.
because and now she's on that, in that moment that she starts, no, I'm gonna be good. No, I'm gonna behave. And then you go, okay, I believe you again.
Do you know what? We have to end the show. We're going to end the show. But I don't know. Maybe we might try and do like a regular segment on a Saturday with Miss Hermanos, my brothers here. But I'll be talking to them once we go off the air. But listen, it's been too long, Aldrick, man. It's been too long to get you back onto the channel. Thank you for giving us your time. You don't have to do this. You don't have to come to the channel, but thank you for coming back on Canon for TV, brother. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I would like to add something else for the people. Don't forget to subscribe to Canon Fodder TV on YouTube. You can follow them also on Twitter. You have to, and I'm going to give you a good advice. This is something that I've been doing in the past 2 years. If you have a site, a Facebook page, an Instagram page, or Twitter, whoever you call it, on social media that they are attacking the players, that they are showing just bad vibes, remove them. You have channels like Canon Fodder TV that they will inform you about the team, that they will be realistic on what's going on with the team, so you can have all that good vibes. You have to feed yourself with good things, and this is a great channel for me. It's a pleasure to be here. We will see. For sure, on this season, I'll be back, even if it's going bad or if it's going good. I will promise that I'll be back for this season because we have a lot of good things to talk about the thing, and that's for sure.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Alfie, cheeky chaffy, man. Yeah, yeah,
Thank you. It's been a long time, but it's fun always to do this. Also, follow Colombia Gunner. I'm supposed to be more active on that, but it happens. And Jonathan is gonna tell me off for that. But anyway, and yeah, let's go into have fun. But I really really want to go back to Champions League because I'm
yeah.
in Europe now. I can go see a home game, or I can go to Italy,
Yeah.
Spain. That's what I want to go. I don't want to go to Croatia. So yeah, don't get me wrong, Croatia, beautiful country, lovely people, but it's just
Jonathan, thank
Pleasure,
you,
man.
Jonathan. Can you hear me? We can't hear you, brother.
No, I
He's
think
saying
it's
to
Can't
good.
hear you.
subscribe to Canon Fodder TV. Don't forget to
Uh,
subscribe to the channel.
and Colombia Gunners, there you go.
Colombia
Columbia
Gunners as well.
Gunners, right?
But listen, so we've come to an end on this special. Maybe it might not be just a one-off show. We'll have to see how we get on. Everyone's got their lives to lead. It's not all about podcasting. But yeah,
Yeah.
guys, thank you so very much for giving your time. And I
Appreciate
will
it, my
be back
friend.
tomorrow. I might be back tomorrow morning. Actually, I won't be. I'm away with my wife. So there's no show tomorrow. But guys, thank you for giving me your undivided time. Now, in Costa Rica, ellos tienen un dicho, pura vida. En Colombia, ¿qué?
Todo bien, todo bien.
Todo bien, todo bien. Okay,
Yes.
bueno, todo bien. All right, guys. So that is it. Thank you for giving us your time, and make sure that you do subscribe. And this has been Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Pura vida.